Good evening, everybody. It's Sandy the Sunroom Stitcher. It is 6:12 p.m. on Sunday, and you get Sandy Joe with all of her witchy poo hair. Yay, witchy poo hair! Anyways, I just wanted to let you know how my first day of work was yesterday, and let you know how I survived. As you can see, I survived. Uh, it started out really sort of rough. I was really nervous yesterday morning when I got up, and I actually threw up before I left out of here. I yeah, I was pretty nervous about it. Takes me 20 minutes to get there. For the first time, I timed it because I usually, I don't pay any attention how long it takes me to get there, but it takes me 20 minutes. I'm in Lee Summit, and Lee Summit is southeast of Blue Springs, where CC and Company is. CC and Company is on 40 Highway in the Village Square shopping center. It's really not a center. There's probably 4 or 5 other businesses in there. Um, but the shop opens up at 9:30, and it closes at 4 on Saturdays. So when I got there, put my lunch away, my snacks away, and boy, I had made my meal. I had made what I was going to take with me to work to eat the night before, and I had salad with some chunks of chicken in it, roasted chicken, and I had some yogurt and cheese sticks and um, pineapple with cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, and I took me some of my Diet Pepsis with, and oh, I had a flour tortilla, and she has a small refrigerator, and then a microwave in a very tiny little office in the shop. So I put my stuff away and filled out the paperwork for taxes and stuff, and then she showed me some things, the time cards and such, and what she wanted to get me started on was framing yesterday. And yesterday, I learned how to cut the mats, and the mats are up on. She has this big machine, and it is attached to the wall, and it there's a lever that holds the mat in place down at the bottom, and you bring this. It's almost like a paper cutter kind of thing down, and it'll cut the glass and the mat boards at the same time. So I didn't do any glass yesterday. I just cut the mat boards that she showed me how to lace, and it's like lacing a girdle or a corset and then tightening it, and then you know and that's exactly what it is. And you center it on these mat boards, which is the backing, and so it will slide around so you can get it centered. Um, if there aren't going to be any mats, if it's not going to be matted when it's framed, then you only have an inch around the sides unless they specify more. It's an inch around on each side. If it's depending on how many mats there are, it would be bigger. But it took me all morning to do the first one, and then she showed me how to order the frame, and which I did that. And I did learn how to use the serger. I know how to use a sewing machine, but not a serger. And so I got to serge all the fabric that was cut. I even got to cut some fabric myself. And um, we ate lunch about 12:30, and we sat down, and if any customers came into the shop, we would get up to assist them. Um, and then in the afternoon, I had another piece to lace, and I pretty much did that one on my own. And I was really proud of myself because um, I just needed a twinge bit of help and to lace that up. I was trying to get one of the sides around the corner, and I just asked for a little bit of help with that. But I finished that up about 3:45, and had the ticket written up and measured and everything, and the frame ordered. And so um, the day went by so very quickly. I enjoyed every minute of it once I got in there and settled down, my nerves settled down. And I was just very proud of myself, at least because doing it professionally is a lot different than doing it for someone else. Because I would sit there and think about it while I was doing it, and a lot of checking and adjusting and stuff like that. And what was in my mind was that I wanted it to look really beautiful for the person that stitched it. And I wanted it to look really, really professionally done. And so, even if the person didn't notice that, how nice it looked, or how nicely it was laced on the boards, even if they know it's laced, that they paid no mind to the fact that it was straight. This is your frame, and that you could, the same square or the same hole, same row of holes, just showing even, dead even against the frame. And so when I was doing it, I was thinking, I'm helping this person's piece look really beautiful. And actually, what I laced yesterday were two different Lizzie Kates. And yeah, one lady came in and she said, I've not seen you before. And I said, my name's Sandy Joe. I said, and this is my first day of working here. I said, I've been a customer of hers for 40 years. She said, haven't we all? So, anyways, I met a lovely young lady named Brittany. And she's worked part-time for Kathy for a long time. And she was just an absolute delight. She's getting married next year. So next, I don't know who I'll be working with on Friday, but on Saturday I'll be working with Chris, and Chris is the lady who I was in a stitch group with back in the 90s, and she's just a delight. I think she's more beautiful now as she's gotten older than she was back in the 90s. So I'm excited about working with her. And I did not work the cash register, but I helped bag up all of the fabric when they got done cutting and stuff. I helped bag it back up and put it away in drawers behind the counter. And it was It was awesome. Right around, I would say, probably about 11:30 or 12, there was a large group of ladies that came in. I think that they were all together. There were 6 or 7 ladies in there all at once. But that was the busiest time. And then throughout the day, people it was sprinkled in, you know. But I got to tell this story. Um, the very first person that came into the store was an older lady, and I said good morning to her, and she had went over to get the I think she got Colorworks, the old Crescent Colors floss, and she got 4 of them. And I walked out with Kathy, and Kathy was talking with her, and the lady went out to get more money out of the car and came back in, and Kathy took her money, and the lady, Kathy said, "Well, bye, Barb. Have a good day." And I said, "Have a wonderful day." And Kathy turned around to me when this woman, Barb, walked out the door, and the door had closed, and she goes, "That's Barb Adams from Blackbird Designs." I just I about lost it, because Blackbird Designs is like my second favorite designer in the whole world. I love those designs. And they were heavily associated with the cross stitch shop up in Corbin Mills in Liberty. And gosh, I can't think of the name of what that shop was. It closed last July. But they were Barb was very much associated with that. And now apparently other designers come into the shop, because Kathy told me she's the only designer that comes into the shop that gets, forgot what kind of a discount she said it was. I don't know if it was a wholesale discount. I'm not sure. So, anyways, but it was like Sandy Joe doesn't get excited about celebrities. Um, just a quick side note, when I worked at the hospital, I was a pharmacy tech, and I would fill the prescriptions and stuff. We used to have local baseball and football stars come in. Actually, there was a Cy Young award-winning Kansas City Royal that came in to have a prescription filled. And also, I don't know what happened to Theodis Brown, but he was a running back, I believe, for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he had a heart attack, and he couldn't play football anymore. But he came in he was in the hospital with his heart attack at the same time his wife was having a baby. So, and I think I filled a prescription for his wife. But anyways, I mean, this happened all the time. Celebrities coming in, local celebrities, and some of the girls would get so stupid about it, which just annoys the hell out of me. So the pharmacist would always say, "Sandy, come fill this prescription." Because I just go out there and do it and treat them like they're just a me or a you. It's just a nice, common, everyday person. But anyways, I told my mother, I said, I don't get excited about the famous athletes or the famous movie stars. I get excited about the cross-stitch designers. And I'm like a fangirl, It's probably a good thing. I didn't know who she was when she came in, but that was my first customer. So it was an awesome day, and I was pooped, absolutely pooped when I got done. But I had the best day, and this temporary schedule that I have now, I'll be working on Fridays and Saturdays through November, and then once I'm through November, I will be working Thursdays and Fridays, and occasionally a Saturday. So it was a fabulous day. I learned quite a bit. I feel really good about the progress that I made. I really enjoyed working with Kathy and Brittany, and it is a whole different experience working behind the counter than it is shopping, being a customer in the store. So, anyways, but it is. I was just so excited, and so the time just flew by, and I'm so blessed. Oh my goodness. So, anyways, lots of so's in this. So, I did. I've changed my mind about the card that I'm making for my mom, and I'm going to start this here in a minute. But this is from Stitch Crafts in the UK. I think this is from like so and so, but let's see if we can see this. Yeah, it says get well, but I'm just gonna put mom or happy birthday there. I'm gonna use the same fabric that I was using, but this is only 4 colors. So yeah, the other one I don't know. The yellows, it just I don't know. So I'm gonna get started on that. And I also figured out what I want to do with my oddly shaped ceramic contraption. This is really heavy, but I'm going to put some of those 3M hangers on here and to hang up on the wall. But I think this is such an awesome idea. This is Swigart Cashel Raw Linen. So it's 28 count, but it's the natural color, and I like that. And as you can see, I've started because what I'm going to do. This is 2 inches. Well, actually, no, it's a little less than 2 inches. Here's the center line, and this goes out an inch, and this goes out an inch, and this one does too. So it's not quite 28 squares. Let's see here. Where is my rule? Let's do this. It is, well, oh my gosh. It's 2 inches. I got a pink line down the center and 2 yellows. As I was looking through the antique, the Sampler and Antique Needlework magazine, this is an old magazine, and it is from summer 2015. But I absolutely loved this black sampler. I just thought that's amazing. What I'm doing is at the very top of it, I'm going to stitch this L for Lynch, and then I am going to stitch down the entire length of it. I think it's 12 inches. Maybe it's 16 inches. I'm going to take the motif strip of the motifs of 2 inches, and I'm just going to stitch it all the way down the length of it. Just 2 inches. I thought it would be really interesting, and I'm not going to do it in just black. This is called, I wanted to do it in a black silk, and I don't have a black silk, but what I do have is dark shadows from water lilies from Karen, from the Karen collection. And this is a really, it's like a black with a blue cast to it. And I am going to stitch that down the center. And then hang it on the wall. I thought that'd be interesting. So, anyways, this is a short video, but I did want to tell you how my first day at work went. And I definitely took too much food with me. So, I'm going to sit here, watch House of Cards, because of all this Kevin Spacey stuff. I'm suddenly now interested in House of Cards, and I'm gonna watch House of Cards. I've started on it, and do some stitching on my mom's birthday card, which is Friday. Her birthday's Friday. She's going to be 81 years old. And it's funny because my mom, I remember, I think the youngest, my mom was about 24, 24 years old. My first memory of my mother is when she was 24. And my mother, hold on a second, let me show you a picture of my mother. First of all, let me show you this one. This is Orrin's mom. That's Orrin's mom. Her name was Veronica Glenn. I think that's the name of a movie star. But that's his mom. And she passed away in November of 2011. We'd only been married about 5 months when she passed. And she's absolutely a beautiful lady. And my husband was just in love with his mom. But that was my mother-in-law. She just looks like such a happy lady, doesn't she? She really does. She worked hard all of her life. She was a domestic. And, boy, she could cook. And Orrin says that he's a lot like his mom, but I think he's more like his father. And I don't know a lot about his father. He does not talk about his father. His mom and dad weren't married. And they had 7 kids together. Orrin's brothers and sisters. And that's a picture of my mom. That's my little sister. That's in 2001. But that's my mom. That's my sister Ginger. And I know it's really hard with the glass and everything. That's my favorite picture of my mom. My mom is a beautiful woman, but she was absolutely dazzling as the mother of the bride on the day my sister got married. My sister was a beautiful bride. But that's my mom, Myrtle. Myrtle Emma. She's named after her dad's sister. And then Emma is her mom's name and her grandmother's name. She's just beautiful. Beautiful. And she and my husband are the two most important people in my life. And so, anyways, so that's my mama. She's going to be 81 years young. So, okay, well, this went on much too long, but I did want to thank all of you for your prayers and your good wishes as far as my new job is concerned. I feel so very blessed that I have all of you who care about me and want the best for me. It's just so humbling. I mean, I have like 720 odd subscribers who care about me and they watch me, and when you have that many people praying for you or thinking about you, there's no way you can lose, can you? That's a lot of prayers going up to the good Lord on my behalf, and I'm just so grateful. So anyways, I'm going to close this, and I don't know when I will do another video. It probably will be next weekend after I work 2 days, and I can let you know what I've learned. And so if you have any designers that are here in Missouri or Kansas, I'm not in Kansas, I'm in Missouri, but we're right on the line with the state line. And let me know who, if you know, if they're in Missouri or Kansas, and if that's where they are, or even maybe Nebraska too, because we do get some people from Nebraska to come down here. I don't know where all the designers are, and so anyways, and that way if they ever come into the shop when I'm there, I'll get you their autograph. Anyways, we can all be fangirls together. So I love you guys so much, just so very much. And this Friday before I go to work, I'm not going to throw up, I promise. Okay, guys, I love you so much. God bless. You guys have a wonderful, awesome week. I love you.